What's up, guys? It is Sam here, and I have an awesome video for you tonight. This is a fresh letter that's from Elizabeth Warren's team, according to CNBC, that was sent out to donors saying that they're not doing very well. Essentially relative to last quarter, and I wanted to take a look at that. We're not in the campaign, so all we can do is look at the data to see where, say, maybe the Google and the YouTube search trends are going. How is her website doing, to try to get an understanding of, like, she said this is happening. Let's take a look at the data and see if it confirms that, right? So, with that being said, if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam, and for those of you who are returning, good to see you. All right, let's get started. So, this letter is from Elizabeth Warren, and right here in the middle, highlighted, so far this quarter, we've raised a little over 17 million. That's a good chunk behind where we were at this time last quarter. So last quarter, I think she raised around $24 million. So she's down. Today is 12/27/2019. So she's down a pretty significant amount, right? 30% maybe or something. How much she's down. But I wanted to understand, right? I see that she's down according to this thing here, because I didn't know. She doesn't have to report these numbers until after the quarter. So I wanted to see what's going on, right? But I don't work for the campaign. So what I did is I went to Google Trends, which owns YouTube, and what we did is we took a look at the YouTube search volume for Elizabeth Warren over this past quarter, the last 90 days. So it's got 3 days into the previous quarter, but essentially just this last quarter, and to try to understand if maybe people are searching for her less, right? Because she's not getting as much money. And we're going to start at YouTube search, then we're going to look at the Google search, and then we're going to look at her website and see how that looks on a global basis, and then we're going to look how it looks in the US. But take a look at this. So this is the over the past 90 days, the search term Elizabeth Warren. We can see that she started out the quarter much better than she's finishing out this quarter. She is below this 25 marker right here since for the past 45 days. She's been trending down, or just basically flat. I wouldn't necessarily say trend. Well, yeah, trending down, I guess, from this peak here. She's not doing super well though, even when I stack rank her against other candidates. So let's take a look at the web search volume for Elizabeth Warren, and it's even worse. This is a clear trend. She's been flattened out on YouTube. This is just boom. She's down and to the right. That's not what you want to see. That's not good. That's not good. Which is kind of interesting. We see it started out up here, right between the 25 and the 50 primarily, and then a little bit way over here around a debate, I believe. So then we see it trending down, coming up above the 25 marker multiple times, but then it stays below. This is at the last debate. She got some attention, but it quickly dropped off. So we'll have to see how this is really going to start playing out as we move forward, because when we take a look at her website, this is Elizabeth Warren's website ranking in the world according to Alexa.com, which they rank traffic and other engagement metrics on websites around the world. And I don't have this for the US. I have my own numbers for the US taken from here, because I think you have to have a membership, which I do not pay for. If you want to pay for it, let me know down below in the comments. But we can see since around what we just talked about, right around the mid-November on YouTube, and it looks like it started actually much earlier from Google, we see that there's been a downward trend. She had her peak around the 15th, which was just when we took a look at on YouTube, and she slowly, and then fucking dive bombed on a global basis, right? She was at 25,000th, down to about 30th, right? 30,000th. Right here at 29,000. And we can see in the US over here that she's ranked 7,576th. So let's take a look at that and see where that's been going. So I've been tracking this in our website rankings for 3 months now, since the beginning of September, and we take that number because I don't have the membership to Alexa.com, so I just take that number every month and record the date when I do it, the research for our website rankings. So if you want to check that out, go back to the channel. We also do Google search volume rankings on a national basis and state rankings as well. So go back out to the channel if you want to check that out. But Elizabeth Warren, I opened up. This is basically back until the October, like mid-October, when these were from, or at the end of October, this is from when it was from. Her website was ranked 4,000th, just over 4,000th, then about 4,500, about 2 weeks later, 2 weeks and a couple days later, and then about 3.5 weeks after that, she went from 4,500 to over 5,000, and then as of 7 days ago, she's continued to lose steam. So the last time we did this ranking, which this is the 21st, today is the 27th, so about 6 days ago, she was at 7,168th. But remember, this is 6 days ago, and we just saw here she's at 75th. So she is losing steam quickly, very quickly. So what does that mean in terms of like losing traffic to your website? People primarily go to websites for one of two reasons: to find information, to buy something. So in this case, it would be a donation. So if you're losing traffic to your website, then your donations are going to go down as well, unless you're able to really make your design better, but I highly doubt that is happening. And clearly by the tone of that letter, they are not on pace, and we can see that in the data. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. If you use the hashtag STOLT, just like the name, then we can actually get into it in the Q&A, just like Jonas B. What's good? Thank you so much for the comment. This is in regards to the Andrew Yang. Can he continue his momentum? Pretty interesting stuff we looked at on him as well. Go back to the channel, check it out, the video before this one. What about the sub-region breakdown? I think the spread of interest matters, especially in the lower population states, regions. What is your take on this? Awesome. First of all, thank you so much for the comment, and happy holidays. I appreciate it. Anybody who does watch these videos. So the sub-region breakdown, he is referencing the YouTube search volume on Andrew Yang over the past 12 months, and there's been a clear trend. I just gave away the answer, or the data from the other video, but there's been a clear trend. And the sub-region breakdown, I honestly didn't take a look at too closely. We do state rankings of the YouTube search volume of all the candidates against each other to see who had the most search volume over 12 months, 3 months, and 1 month to understand what's happening. And Andrew Yang, both his YouTube channel, because we have a YouTube channel ranking as well, so we rank their YouTube channels on like views and subscribers and stuff like that, but that he ranked very well in, as well as the search volume on YouTube. So people are searching for him and they're finding his fucking shit because his YouTube channel is doing very well, and he's got a lot of people that make videos around him and get his message out. Like, I make videos with Andrew Yang in the title, even though I don't have any, like, I don't even follow what he says. I don't follow what any of these candidates say. I just find the data interesting to try to understand what the collective of America is thinking versus like polls, right? We both know polling is not fucking accurate, and I can go through with the data and look at that, and everybody else just has this intuition that fucking polls are not accurate, right? Look back to 2016. You can go back to the channel and you can see that I actually proved what we're doing is more accurate than the polls when I back tested it in the 2016 election. So I think as I break down more state level breakdowns, I think I'll be able to capture a bigger picture of what is going on. I'd like to ideally have all 50 states individually ranked as we move into closer to the election for all the candidates to really get the understanding of what's happening, because I don't think what we're doing here is, and nobody's doing this type of thing. So I appreciate the comment and support. Hope you have an awesome freaking New Year's. The next is from Diana D. What's good, Diana D? Thank you so much for the comment and happy freaking holidays. Great analysis. It would be interesting to see if Yang 2020 is used more than Andrew Yang. More, as that is a hashtag I see more often on Facebook. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Andrew Yang on Twitter, from like the data that I see, so I use Twitter for marketing and just like insights, and if you want to jump over to Twitter, there's my profile. It's Sam. You can go down to the link in the description, but it's a little bit easier to get a hold of me sometimes on Twitter than it is on other places, or jump over to TikTok. I'm gonna reach over 1 million views this month. But anyways, the hashtag usage that I see over on Twitter for Andrew Yang, hashtag Andrew Yang, hashtag Yang Gang, hashtag Yang 2020, the most amount of volume that I see tends to be around Andrew Yang over Yang 2020. I have not done the same research as I did on that video. She's referencing a Andrew Yang and Yang Gang hashtag usage to understand attention. If you want to go back onto the channel, you can check that out. But we actually take a look at the hashtag usage for these, which is kind of interesting. Diana, it brings up a very interesting thought, though, and I think I'm going to write this down. To do the same type of analysis that we did on Twitter to understand the hashtag usage of these two things, I wonder if the hashtag usage across platforms is similar, or as you point out, on Facebook you see more of Yang 2020. So I wonder if the hashtag usage is a little bit more prevalent on Twitter because there's more of a conversation happening, I feel like, on Twitter, and so people are kind of like trying to get other people to get in the conversation by using the hashtag Yang Gang, and on Facebook, I don't know what it's like over on Facebook too much. I know I'm part of a couple groups that are Yang related to try to really understand. Like, I want to capture like the best understanding of what's happening, as well as market the videos through there. So that is a good idea for some more research to do, and I appreciate the comment. I appreciate anybody else watching. If you want to jump over to TikTok, I'm gonna fucking break through 1 million views this month on TikTok. That shit is retarded. I started about 7. Apologize. That is not retarded, and is not okay to use that word. I don't want to continue using it, but the very, very large growth over on TikTok over the last 2.5 months has just blown my mind. It's staggering how quickly it's growing, and I'm going to continue to push the envelope over there and see if I can get to maybe, 10 million in January. So make sure you press that subscribe button and the bell notification to stay tuned with us in the future.